Wow, a party! Wait a second. This is a kind of scary looking party. There's a lot of, explosions. About 3 or 4 more explosions than I would expect from a normal party.
Oh no!
It's a party. Who's next?
Hey everybody, I'm Peanut Butter Gamer, and Mario Party The Top 100 is finally out. I've been asking for a Mario Party All-Stars type of game for years now, so naturally I'm excited to try out this version, and since it's Mario month, I decided to do a list of my top 10 favorite Mario Party minigames to celebrate. I'll also be doing a list of my top 10 worst Mario Party minigames. That video should be out in about a week, so once it's up I will leave a link in the description below, as well as annotated at the end of this video. Make sure you check it out. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Here we go! Alright, the first game on the list is Day at the Races from Mario Party 2. No, wait, don't close the video yet. Hold on!
I know this isn't a popular choice. In fact, a lot of people would put Day at the Races on their worst list, if anything, but I really love this game. Each player picks a racer between Whomp, Thwomp, Boo, and Babam. They run a race, and one of them wins. That's all there is to it. I realize it's an entirely luck-based game, and a lot of people hate that, but I don't know. I think there's a place for some luck-based games, especially considering this is a battle minigame where every player has to put up coins. It's literally betting on a horse race Mario edition. And as you all know, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a long time, I kind of like gambling in my video games. Have a problem. Don't let me into a casino unsupervised. I cannot be trusted. That's basically what I'm saying.
My only problem with this game is that I always get stuck with Whomp. I don't want Whomp every single time! Up next, I have Bobsled Run from Mario Party 1 and 2. As the series progressed, they started to get a bit more creative with some of the minigames. Sometimes it worked well, but other times you spin clocks. Just spin the hand of a clock around. Super good idea for a game, you guys. Bobsled Run, on the other hand, is a simple 2v2 bobsled racing game, and that's all it needs to be. My go-to strategy for this game is to try and bully the other team, more specifically try and ram them off the cliff. But I have to admit, I don't have a very good track record. It's fun to try anyway. Also, this is completely unrelated to everything else I just talked about, but in Mario Party 2, the penguin sleds have boomy holes. They're definitely not real penguins, so I don't know why they had to give them a boomy hole, but they've definitely got boomy holes. I'm gonna do an awkward zoom in onto one now, just because I can. My next pick is Bumper Ball, just kidding, Bumper Bubbles from Mario Party 9. All 4 players try to collect balloons while floating around in bubbles and avoiding obstacles. This is another game that seems to get some hate on the internet, but unlike Day at the Races, I'm not sure I understand why in this case. I mean, it has everything a good Mario Party minigame needs. It's fun, it's well balanced, the controls are good despite being motion-based, and playing it helps to temporarily fill that void deep inside my soul. It'll never really go away, but playing Bumper Bubbles helps me forget for a little while. Also, it's fun to knock people into the spiky balls. Silly Wario, you done goofed, my friend. You done goofed. Alright, a game about books? It's just like the Page Master. Whatever you imagine can make your life great. Booksquirm from Mario Party 4. All 4 players are on top of a giant open book that has some unfortunately heavy pages. Luckily, whoever wrote this book decided to cut out a bunch of holes and shapes into those pages that the players can run to for safety. At first, it's not too difficult, but the pages start to fall faster as time goes on, and it gets pretty intense, especially when people end up having to fight for the same opening. The only thing I don't get is, why can't they just run off the side of the book? I suppose that would be considered cheating? What can I say? You gotta admire the dedication, at least. If I got invited to a party where people were being crushed to death, I think I would be out. I would not be RSVPing to that party. I guess I would. I would say no. I would say no. I don't want to be crushed to death. Again, I can't die yet. I have to finish the Mario Bros. Video. What's so hard for people to understand? I have work. I've got to make videos. Who's gonna do it if I don't?
talking about Mario on the internet's very important. Don't you understand that? It takes a special talent that only I possess, okay? But Mario and crew, on the other hand, they signed up for this and they are sticking to it. Mario Party is not for the faint of heart. Mario Party doesn't just go hard, it goes very hard. Or super hard? Depends on which version of the game you're playing. Hey guys, it's me, Penguin Peeves. I'm back in my penguin costume because the next game is Pushy Penguins! Yay! Okay, I'm joking. I just wanted to put the penguin suit back on. You got me. Also, this thing was like 40 bucks, so I'm trying to get as much use out of it as possible. That is a good game, though. I like that one. It's not on the list, though. The real next game is... Actually, hold on 1 second. The next game is Fish Upon a Star. First of all, pretty clever name. You know, you're on a star, and there's fish. You get it. You get it. I mean, it's definitely better than the French name anyway. The Island in Peril. You gotta work on that one, France. You're dragging everybody else down here. These names are graded on a curve, even though I just made that up, and it doesn't make any sense. But it's true. It's true. Secondly, this game is freaking awesome. You're on a floating island fighting it out to the death, punching each other off the cliff without a second thought, and then all of a sudden, Cheeps! Cheep start jumping around all over the place, breaking the ground, sometimes breaking the ground right out from under your feet. Why? Mario Party 10 is a game that exists. I'm pretty sure nobody would dispute that. Mario Party 10 gets a bad rap, and rightfully so in a lot of ways. It took the car mechanic that fans complained about in 9 and expanded it. Yay. But it does have some pretty decent mini-games, my personal favorite being Movin' Mushrooms. This is a 1v3 mini-game in which one player controls 3 levers and the other 3 players individually control one of the 3 remaining levers. Mushrooms drop down, occasionally golden and poison ones, +3 and -3 respectively, and each team tries to direct the mushrooms into their colored bins on the bottom of the screen. Generally, 1v3 games are my least favorite type of game, largely because they tend to be unbalanced, but Movin' Mushrooms does it right. The single player has more direct control, but that also makes it harder for them to pay attention to everything that's happening at once. Throw in a pinch of randomness and it's a frantically good time and even seems to have a fairly decent win-loss ratio. Well, that minigame sure was fun. Now get back into your car! We wouldn't want you to have too much fun. That would be bad. Also, I forgot to mention, I locked the rest of this video behind an amiibo paywall. So, in order to continue watching, you're gonna have to buy my Peeb amiibo. This was a very fun experience working directly with Nintendo to get the official Peeb amiibo released. It's quite the collaboration between us. Took a while to settle on the design, but this is what we went with. I think it's pretty good. You just have to kind of like smack it on your computer screen a few times until the video starts playing again. It was hard for me to pick between all the games from Mario Party 4 because there's just so many good ones. In fact, spoiler alert for the next video, but I didn't put a single minigame from 4 on my worst list. And I'm definitely leaving some popular ones off the list that I'm sure to get some comments about, specifically Dungeon Duos, which admittedly probably should be on the list. But hey, I had to make room for a day at the races somehow. Everybody likes that one, right? Definitely. But I ended up going with Stamp Out. Stamp Out is a 4-player game that has everyone standing on their own bouncy stamp that apparently has an infinite amount of ink in it. You bounce around a stage and try to cover as much of it with your colored ink as possible. This is one of those games that starts off all fun and innocent, but eventually derails into a scream fest where you loudly bargain with your friends to go bother someone else in a hopeless attempt to convince them that you are totally not in first place, even though you obviously are. Just minding my own business over here. I don't need to leave my corner. I'm totally fulfilled as is. Wait, what the heck, Wario? Get out! Get out of my corner! I thought we had something, Wario! You know what? I'm not in love with you anymore, Wario! It's over!
One of the most common complaints about Mario Party is all the random, often luck-based mini-games. While, again, I do think that some luck is fun and even necessary for Mario Party to work, I do agree that most of the game should at least be somewhat skill-based. Which brings us to the next entry on the list, Lift Leapers from Mario Party 6. This is a straight-up platforming game, which is surprisingly not all that common in Mario Party, considering the main series games these spin-offs are based on. In Lift Leapers, you jump across 4 different short levels, and the first person to get to the end wins. It's not very complex, but it is 100% skill-based, and that's a nice change of pace from the average minigame fare. The only caveat is that if you're playing with computers, they completely suck. There's no beating them. There's no beating the bush or whatever around. They're just whatever phrase you want to use. They're just bad. Like really, 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 really bad. Hey everybody, I'm just gonna be honest here. The next game is Facelift from Mario Party 2 and 3. Very good game. It's based off the Mario 64 opening title screen. That's what everybody says anyway. I don't actually know if that's true or if people are just making it up. It sounds plausible to me. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it. I couldn't come up. I was gonna like do a thing with my face where I like stretched my face out like okay! Like, kinda like the game. But that's not very funny, so I'm not gonna do that. And I forgot to come up with anything else, so oh well, see you later. Don't forget to click that like button, everybody! Alright, so I have to admit, this one is a bit of a nostalgic choice. I was originally gonna go with Shell Shocked, because I liked that one a lot as a kid, and come on. Tanks! With Mario character head sticking out of them. How can you not like that? It's awesome and hilarious. But after looking back on it without the rose-tinted glasses, it doesn't particularly hold up as much as I thought it would. I like the basic idea, but the only levels available are pipes, slightly less pipes, and of course the crowd favorite, just a pipe. One singular pipe, the level. So instead I went with Aces High from Mario Party 3, which is 100% as much fun as I remember it being. Instead of slow-moving tanks, you're now in planes that are not only much faster and can move vertically as well as horizontally, they also have the goofy head sticking out of the top still, which, let's be real, is at least as important as all the other stuff. You can either shoot little short-range pellets, or you can hold the attack button to charge up a heat-seeking missile. It's a Mario Party dogfight, and what's not to love about that? Because in the end, isn't shooting your friends out of the sky with a mounted Gatling gun and killing them what Mario Party is really about? I say yes. So that's my list of the top 10 best Mario Party minigames. Make sure you check out the top 10 worst Mario Party minigames. That'll be fun, I'm sure. And if you enjoy this top 10 best worst combo list style, make sure you leave me a like on this video as well as a comment letting me know that I should do more. But before you go, why don't we take a look and see which one of these games made it on to Mario Party the Top 100. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe so that you can see more in the future. And again, if you're feeling generous, leave me a like, favorite, comment, all that stuff. We played some Mario Party the Top 100 on the gameplay channel, so you can check that out here. And again, make sure you check out the top 10 worst Mario Party games list. And then also, buy my freaking shirt. Buy the shirt, links in the description. Bye!